Good morning. We're going to go on a little bit of a serious note, just a little bit more about me. About 18 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, I was diagnosed with a blood condition called polycythemia vera, or polycythemia. There's two types. There's polycythemia and there's vera. The vera is classed as a cancer. The polycythemia itself is classed as a condition. Now, what this does, it basically, you're creating too many blood cells, especially the red blood cells. You've also got too much iron in your body, the hemoglobin, which is the red blood cells, just too much. And your blood thickens and it makes it harder for your heart to pump it around. I mean, I might be wrong, because sometimes when the doctor's talking to me, I'm listening, but I'm only hearing 9% of it, not even 90%. I'm only hearing a little bit because I'm thinking about the first part they said. So it's slightly all go. The rest of it, when I'm thinking about the first problem, by the time it's all come in, it's going above my head, and it still is 18 months later. The symptoms I was getting, well, we all get headaches, dizziness and vertigo. I'll get onto that later. Blurred vision, watching the TV and thinking you got something, you feel like you got a film over your eyes or something like that, and you're permanently rubbed. It's itchy skin after a hot bath or shower. Yeah. It's all I can relate it to is like running through stinging nettles. Yeah, but it's all over. It goes all over. It doesn't go all over your body. It only affects certain parts of your body at certain times. I don't know why. Maybe an expert can tell me. Also, terrible tiredness and weakness. I used to pride myself on my strength, and I just had nothing left in me as soon as I got up in the morning. It was just nothing. Nosebleeds for no reason, especially in a hot bath. Now that's something I didn't realise. I'll go on to that one as well. The main one, which is the reason I realise, well, one of the main characteristics is uncontrollable high blood pressure. Now I've had hypertension for many years. First started taking tablets back in 2015, but they weren't working, so we changed them. Then we went out and it still wasn't working. But then me being me went, oh, I know better. I don't need them. I don't feel that bad. Then I gave up drinking and bits and pieces like that. I tried to be healthy. Giving up drinking played on my mental health, I must admit. I don't recommend it for anybody. Then I sort of just gave up taking the tablets because sod it. It's only blood pressure. It don't really matter. It's only your blood pressure. But my blood pressure was pretty high. Actually, it was very high. So after a little while longer, I went back on the medication again, and it weren't working again. I was already on because I gave up drinking. I went into a downward spiral. PTSD came out. Army veteran. I went on a downward spiral. I got depression, anxiety, paranoia. Oh, it's terrible. The worst, but paranoia is unbelievable. So I was on them medications, and I thought, I don't need the blood pressure medications again. I'm on all this. I'm not doing nothing. So I should be relaxed. It's stress related. It's all it is stress related. So I stopped taking them again. Eventually, I started taking them again because I was getting, as I said, nosebleeds for no reason. My eyes were going really weird. They were really going weird, and I really couldn't work out what was going on. So I went to the doctors. They tested my blood pressure, and he was going to send me to the hospital. It was that high. But he gave in the end. He just gave he prescribed me some medication. He said it's gonna take a couple of weeks for it to work. But I was taking them. It must have been. It was a couple of weeks. And I went back to see the doctor. I said, "Doctor, this medication is really making me feel ill. I don't really like this blood pressure medication. It's really making me feel ill." And he'd done some tests on me and stuff like that. And he said, "Well, Mr. Cox, I think you should go straight to the hospital because I think you're having heart problems." He said, I don't know if you've had a mild heart attack or whatever, but you should go to the hospital. You should go to A&E. I can get you an ambulance or you can go yourself." I went myself. And they did some tests. I ended up in the hospital for 4 days. Cardiologist come round and said, "Yeah, well, you do have some heart damage, but you did not have an heart attack. Yeah, but we're going to get a haematologist to come round and see you." Well, I was laying in bed thinking, what's wrong with my blood then? So the haematologist turned up and he's asking me about my family history, my genetics, because apparently it can be part genetic based. It can be ancestrally passed down. So then he told me he didn't tell me, and then he said you have a blood problem, but he didn't say what it was. So he said what we need to do is to get your blood counts down. So they'd done a thing called venesections. In other words, they took blood away from me. Yeah. They took 2 pints away from me, but then put 1 pint of saline solution in, or something like that, some other white liquid. But they took, and I was eventually let to go home, and I got this letter, and in the letter it said polycythemia vera. So I do no more. I'll Google, and it comes up cancer research. I've got a blood cancer. I'm going to die. It's a cancer of sorts, but it's more of a life-changing one than it is a life-killing one. Once you've got it under control and you're doing what they say, you can. It's okay. It's damaged my heart to a point where my heart is more of a problem than my get that light out of the way. My heart is more of a problem than my polycythemia now. I have cardiomyopathy. I have irregular heartbeat. I've damaged the left ventricle. I have cardiovascular disease. Not very bad, but bad enough to give me angina. I can barely walk up the stairs some days, 20 to 30 metres, and I'm on a walking stick most of the time. Yeah, I am a big bastard as well, and that does not help because my legs don't get when I start walking, my legs don't get the right amount of blood because my heart can't pump it around, and if my blood is too thick through the polycythemia, it has even more problems pumping it around. So yeah, it's just living with polycythemia. It's reasonably rare apparently, so at least I've got something. I haven't got a communal garden problem. I've got having heart problems is a communal garden problem, but having polycythemia isn't a communal garden problem. They do venous sections, as I said. Every now and again I have to go and they take a pint of blood out of me. They don't do it, they just dispose of that blood. They can't use it because it's tainted. Apparently it's I'm sure there's a couple of vampires out there that won't mind it. Yes, and like laying down, believe it or not, between my heart and polycythemia, laying down to go to bed, oh, what a bloody nightmare. Heavy breathing, and you sort of like, you feel that you just can't get your breath. I can't sleep sitting up in bed for a very long time because I end up snoring and waking the wife up and getting beat up. Sorry. It scares me sometimes. It really does scare me sometimes. I I lay there worrying that if I go asleep, I ain't going to wake up. It's horrible. I didn't realise getting old was going to be like that. I really didn't know getting old was going to be like that. And I don't like it at all. So, yeah, I do feel sorry for myself at the present moment. I have mental health problems which gives me more of a difficulty handling what's going on with me. I've always been a very physical type of person. I've always been a very happy type of person, but I'm finding it very, very difficult to be happy at the present moment in time. So my advice is, if you've got hypertension, do not ignore it, because eventually it will damage your heart. It will harden the heart wall, which will stop your heart from pumping properly. Yeah. It's too late for me to turn around and say I wished I ate properly, and I didn't get cardiovascular disease but the damage to the heart was all my fault. Okay, it went unchecked through the doctors for years, believe it or not, because they just thought it was hypertension, because I didn't give the doctors chance to do anything else. I'd love to be able to blame the doctors and turn around and say, you didn't notice that I had polycythemia. Well, I didn't follow up anything. I was a typical man. Oh, it's only hypertension. It's not a problem. Hypertension is caused by problems. It can be stress related. I thought it was stress related because of having mental health problems, but it wasn't. So all I will say to people is out there is, if you've got blood pressure problems, high or low, especially high. Low, you know you have to sort out, especially high, because you don't really think you've got a problem. But if you've got high blood pressure, you really do need to get it sorted, because that will bugger up your heart, which then buggers up your lifestyle. I mean, I'm prone now to blood clots, heart problems, yeah, I know I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm sorry. I wanted to say something because I'm feeling sorry for myself. And for those that do know me out there, yeah, sorry, I just can't be bothered to contact people very much. I'll talk on here. I'll talk if I bump into you. Yeah, okay, cheers. Ta-ra.